Welcome back to the Crochet Crowd as well as Yarnspirations.com. I'm your host Mikey. Today we're going to work on the Mighty Ridge Crochet Afghan. This is an Afghan that she is wearing, and it's technically just an Afghan that folds down and etc. So you're going to notice that they are miter squares and they're put together at the end of the project, and you're going to notice that we're going to be making 30 of these today. You're using a generous size hook, a L or an 8mm size crochet hook, and we're using the Bernat Maker Home Dec yarn in order to do this. So after we get a miter done, there's 5 strips. You're gonna put one strip, sew them all together, and then just go all the way down then with the seam line down the middle. So just put them all together up in a line and then keep doing that, and then just sew them as all together all the way down. So today is about doing the miter. You just have to watch the number of rows that you do so that you have the even number. Has got a lot of texture to it, and it's really quite an easy pattern to be able to master. So let's begin working on the miter square, and I'll show you how to operate this, and then you can whip stitch it together and make your own Afghan. So we're gonna start off in the very corner of the miter and get ourselves larger. We're gonna go wider from that point. So we're gonna start off and we're gonna start right in the corner, and we're only gonna chain 2 to begin. Okay, so let's just put a slip knot onto the hook, and what I want you to do is chain 2. So 1 and 2. So row number 1 is putting 3 single crochets second chain from the hook and turn. So coming to the original first chain, I want you to put in 3 single crochets. So 1 and 2 and 3, just like that. It always gets hard to hold on to it the very first time. So now we're gonna turn it and go for row number 2. So this is very easy. You're gonna notice SCBL, that's single crochet in the back loop. That's what's creating the ridges. So we're gonna chain up 1 first, and then we're going to single crochet in the back loop only. So coming straight down in, you're gonna go in the back loop. So if you're new to crochet, there's always 2 strands that you see. If you go into the first strand, it's the front loop, and if you go into the back strand, it's the back loop. So if I dive in and go into the back, that's the back loop single crochet. So I'm gonna go there, and then it says to do 3 single crochet back loops into the next stitch. This is the corner of the miter starting to form. So we're gonna do 3 single crochets into that same stitch. So 1, 2 and 3, and if you're familiar with crochet, using it in squares, 3 single crochets in a corner makes a corner. And then you're gonna come to the very last stitch with 1 single crochet in the back loop. So you're gonna see it's gonna start looking like a fan at this point. Let's turn to work and go for row number 3. So every row is pretty much the same. It's just you gotta watch these middle ones of the 3 that you're gonna be playing with, right? So if you watch those middle ones, what happens is that the middle one of the 3 will always be the new corner. So let's begin row number 3. So you're gonna chain up 1, and you're gonna do 1 single crochet in each of the first 2, because the first 2 is not the corner. So you have that, okay, and then the next one is the corner. So this is the new corner, so therefore that's 3 single crochets into that same back loop. Whoops, don't wrap that hook first. So you got 1, 2 and 3, like so, and then the final 2 is just 1 into each. So just watch that center one, and it becomes really quite easy. Okay, so you want to get a total of 26 of these rows going back and forth, and so what I would do is you do one completely and then use that as your model. So let's turn our work and continue. So you really don't need to watch the pattern too much. You can just chain up 1, and then you just 1 single crochet in each until you hit that corner. So 1, 2 and 3 this time, and so then the next one is the corner. Okay, so you're gonna go into that one and you're gonna put 3. So 1, 2 and 3, and then continue again along there, and there's only 3. So 1, 2 and 3. So an easy way to remember that is that there was 3 there before the corner. Last time there was 2, last time there was 1. So if you go to turn your work and get bigger, you're just gonna keep on getting more stitches. So now there will be 4 before you hit the corner. So 1 single crochet in each of the next 4. So we have 1, 2, 3 and 4, and then the next one is your very corner, so you're gonna put 3 single crochets into that one. So 1, 2 and 3, and then single crochet right to the edge, and there's only 4. So 1, 2, 3 and 4 like that. So turn your work, chain up 1. So if there's 4 last time, how many is there this time? It's gonna be 5, right? So let's continue. So we're just gonna do 5 single crochets in the back loop. So 1, 2, that's 3, 4 and 5, and the next one is the corner, so there's gonna be 3 single crochets in there. So 1, 2 and 3, and then you finish off the final 5. So once I do the corner, I wouldn't really count it out unless you're concerned you're gonna absolutely get it wrong, but it just makes sense. Whatever you do on one side is just kind of mirrored on the other, right? So do you understand the pattern? It's pretty easy, right? So turn it. So if there's 5 last time, there's gonna be 6 this time. So chain up 1, 1 single crochet in each of the next 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Next one is the corner, so then there's 3 in that one. So I have 1, 2 and 3, and then the remaining 6 are gonna have 1 single crochet each. So you're gonna go until you have a total of 26 rows until you get there. You can go bigger or smaller if you want to, it's up to you. It's really kind of a neat idea, and then once you sew these together, the square formation will take shape. You'll notice that it's kind of more diamond shape, and that's because it still needs to be shaped, and once you sew things together, it'll work out pretty good on you, just like you see it within the models on the picture. So until next time, that's Mikey on behalf of the Crochet Crowd as well as Yarnspirations.com. This is the Mighty Ridge crochet blanket. This is practicing a mitre square on the back, and you can see it's got a lot of nice texture and ideas. Until then, until next time, we'll see you again real soon. Bye bye.